Welcome back, Pokemon trainers. Professor Chaz here. The lab coat's on back order, and it's time for this week's Pokemon TCG Live Online match. The first in a sort of installment where I want to see if I can do some viewer battles against some folks out there, show off some of your decks online as a little throwback to you all for helping support the channel and get us over 1,000 subscribers. We are currently sitting there, so the time has come to start sort of getting more interactive with the viewers and this community that we're building up here on the YouTube channel. So I've put out a video and a tweet letting you know that you can look for me on Pokemon TCG Online. I'm currently just waiting for the time for the video to go live, and we're going to talk about the deck. But first of all, I want to point out that some time ago, apparently 3 weeks ago based on what my YouTube app is telling me, a viewer named TP Cubed did send me a message letting me know, or giving me actually, a number of code cards, codes from the code cards for Pokemon TCG Online, because they have no use for them themselves. They can't actually get the game to work for themselves. So they were generous enough to give me some codes. So what I'm going to start doing with this video is, in the comments below, I'm going to put one code in each of these videos coming up as a sort of first come, first serve sort of free giveaway sort of thing. So if you can get here quickly, get that code, you can get yourself a pack of the Pokemon cards online. Of course, if you miss out on that, I'll always have at least one, I hope, weekly video, Pokemon news update video thingy on Monday. I'll have usually at least one code card I'm opening from a pack on the video there. So if you miss this code on this video, stay tuned for the news update and get a code from there. And just stay tuned, come back as quick as you possibly can to these Pokemon TCG videos and see if you can get the free code giveaway as soon as possible. Anyway, all that out of the way, that being said, there is a code down below, so check that out if you like. But come back and finish watching the video once you get the code. But anyway, the deck is going to be called Perfect Order. Now, I did let you know what the Pokemon in question is going to be, the highlight Pokemon, as requested by Lightning Malittens, another regular viewer on the channel. Zygarde-EX, 190 HP fighting Pokemon. Look at the attacks. Land's Pulse, 20 plus, 20 more if there's a Stadium in play. Cellstorm does 60, and you heal 30 from it. Land's Wrath does 100. Bear in mind, being a fighting type, you can attach strong energy to this Pokemon. So we're going to be looking at using this Pokemon as the main attacker, but not just this Pokemon itself, we're also going to be using more Zygarde. Because what I want to do, as you'll see with the trainer cards, once I expand out here, I want to sort of make this a little bit of an interesting, unexpected deck, and I'm going to be making use of Ninja Boy. So we're going to talk trainer cards, at least this card just first right here, then we'll go back to the Pokemon. Choose one of your basic Pokemon in play, search your deck for a basic Pokemon, and switch it with that Pokemon. Any attached cards, damage counter, special conditions, turns in play, and any other effects remain on the new Pokemon, and then shuffle the first one into the deck. So the idea I want to try to make work with this is, I can call upon whatever Zygarde form I want on a moment's notice using Ninja Boy. So for example, if I'm fighting something with a Darkness or Fairy type of deck, I can use this Zygarde, the 10% form, with Aura Break, preventing Darkness or Fairy Pokemon from attacking if we hit them with it. We can always go with some more power in the 120 damage Geostrike. Again, strong energy will be attached. I'll be able to Ninja Boy into a different form. For example, this Zygarde, the strong energy stays attached. And of course, for the heaviest hitting, we do have Zygarde-EX. Let's take a quick look at the other two Zygarde forms. The 10% Lookout basically is a Lysandre card in an attack. I get to choose an opponent's bench Pokemon and switch it with the active. So if they have something pretty high retreat cost on the bench just sitting there, I can pull it up and it's just going to be sitting there, maybe not able to attack, give me time to set up. I can also switch, or like I said, okay, Aura Break, 70 damage, and if the target is a Darkness or Fairy Pokemon, it can't attack during their next turn. And then we have the 50% Zygarde. Rumble does a basic 30 damage, and the opponent can't retreat that Pokemon next turn. Geostrike does 120, and then 10 to all of my own bench Pokemon. And of course, we already looked at the Zygarde-EX with some massive damage output. I've also included, now that's 8 basic Pokemon, so I shouldn't mulligan, but I want more Pokemon. I might not even have needed to put these in, but I like just some extra draw support. I've got 4 Unknown with the Farewell Letter. As long as Unknown is on my bench, I can discard it and not count as a knockout, and draw an additional card that turn, so helping me speed through the deck a little bit. That is going to be 12 Pokemon, all basics this week. I should not mulligan if I can help it. Let's take a look at the energy first of all. I've gone maximum strong energy, 4 in the deck. That's the most you can put in, of course. And I've got, let's see, how many is this? 10 basic fighting energy, just to help power up the attack, but also make use of the Scorched Earth draw support, one of my favorite ways to draw additional cards every turn. And let's look at all the trainer cards. Since I'll be discarding some energy using the Scorched Earth, I've got 2 energy retrievals to bring 2 basic energy back into hand. We got a pretty hefty retreat cost in a lot of these Pokemon this week, so I've got an escape rope in here, also forcing the opponent to switch Pokemon around. 2 level balls to help me find the Zygarde 10% form or the Unknown, get them out of the deck into play. I've got 2 Professor's Letters for 2 basic energies. I've got 2, what are these called? Random Receivers, because I've got 3 Ninja Boy in the deck, so Hopefully, I can use the random receiver and draw a Ninja Boy from the deck just when I need it. If not, I can at least get another supporter, which I'm sure is going to be helpful at some point. I've got 2 Super Rods to shuffle back in some Pokemon or basic energy that I have lost. 1 Switch card, just like the Escape Rope, but the opponent doesn't need to switch when I play that. 2 Trainer's Mails to find a trainer card from the top 4 cards of the deck, except for another Trainer's Mail, and take that right into hand. So basically speeding up the supporter draw with the Trainer's Mail and the random receiver. A couple of Ultra Balls, discard 2 cards from hand and choose any Pokemon from the deck, put it into hand. Could be very useful. And 2 Versus Seekers, bringing back a couple supporter cards that I'll be using throughout the adventure here, the battles. I've got 1 Judge and I've got 1 N, basically for more draw support kind of thing, get a new hand of cards. I've got Lysandre, just like the Lookout attack of Zygarde 10%. I can force the opponent's bench Pokemon up to the active spot, hit it with whatever attack I happen to have ready to roll, possibly get a knockout, or if not, do a lot of good damage with one of the higher forms of Zygarde. And I've got 3 Ninja Boys in the deck, so 3 of those plus 2 Versus Seekers gives me 5 potential switches from one Zygarde to the next. I've got a Pokemon Center Lady to heal up 60 damage and special conditions from Pokemon. I have a Pokemon Fan Club to get 2 basic Pokemon out of the deck into hand, and 2 Skylas looking for any other trainer card I want, putting it right into hand that turn. Anything but a supporter card, I can then play that card on that turn. And 2 Scorched Earths, good way to draw some extra cards. Once during each player's turn, that player may discard a fire or fighting energy from hand and draw 2 cards. I always love using that or the Octillery with Abyssal Hand for draw support. The last 4 cards are going to be 2 items, well, 4 items, but 2 types of items. One is the Fighting Fury Belt. The basic Pokemon this card is attached to gets plus 40 HP, and it's attached to 10 more damage, so I can attach that to any of the Zygarde to add more power. However, if I do happen to manage to get Zygarde-EX in play, Lightning Melitons has requested I include the Power Memory. It is an item that only affects Zygarde-EX. The Zygarde-EX this card's attached to can still use, or can use this attack in addition to its other attacks. All cells burn. For 2 fighting and a colorless, 200 damage, and discard 3 energy attached to this Pokemon. So that could be a good amount of power being put out there. So that is the idea for the perfect order. I called it that because Zygarde is known as the order Pokemon, and we want to get it to its perfect form if possible. So with 12 Pokemon, 34 trainer cards, and 14 energy, let's see how well this kind of a crazy transforming Zygarde deck idea can fare against the opponents in Pokemon TCG Online versus you folks out there. Alright, our first challenge has been received from Josiah G16. Let's grab our perfect order and accept. So I think we're doing, looked like it was, what was that, Purple Box? Unlimited, maybe? We'll see what Josiah G16 has to offer in this battle as we take on the deck with the perfect order. I wonder if we're going to see any Pokemon GX, because I don't have any of those myself. The only one currently available, I believe, is Snorlax. Let's call for the head side of the coin. We're going to get that head side. And let's go ahead and take the first turn, try and get ourselves set up nicely. With 12 basics in the deck, I shouldn't mulligan. However, so does Josiah. So we see water. Was there Psychic in there too, I think? We see a Psychic deck block, so Psychic should be the deck. Alright, 12 basic Pokemon. There we go. We're going to start with the Lookout Zygarde. We do have Ninja Boy if we want to power up too. And an Unknown to put onto the bench and make use of the Farewell Letter right away. So what will be in store for my opponent? A lot of times Psychic Pokemon, well not a lot of times, sometimes Psychic Pokemon cards are resistant to fighting because they're considered ghost types. However, that one is not. So I think, well, we're taking the first turn. So I'm going to drop the Scorched Earth. What I'm gonna, I'll drop the Scorched Earth. I was gonna use the Farewell Letter first, but it doesn't really matter which order I do this in. Discard the energy, grab 2 more cards. I have another Ninja Boy. What I would like, though, is an energy to start powering up to attack with. So, Unknown, Farewell Letter, and there's an energy right there. Put that on Zygarde. We'll put a Fighting Fury Belt just for the sake of doing so. And we can't attack just yet. We need a second energy to be able to attack with any of the 3 Zygarde. No, wait a minute. I can get Zygarde-EX out of here and do some damage with the Land's Pulse. 40 damage, which isn't enough for a knockout. However, if we can get a strong energy, we could knock out this Ralts in 1 hit. If I want to end the match that quickly, not really. I want to let the opponent have a chance to show off their deck, as they Skyla for a a Pokemon Fan Club. Can't play it just yet, of course, because the supporter has been played for the turn. But they're going to bring back Skyla again. So on the next turn, they're going to be able to make use of that, or the Pokemon Fan Club. Now then, if I can get 1 more energy, very useful. Well, this could be an energy right here. Let's go ahead and play the Trainer's Mail, see what we find. We got a why do we keep trying to say Pokemon? I went to say Professor... No. Back it up again. I went to say Pokemon Fan Club. I said Professor. I was going to say Professor's Letter. I was about to say Pokemon. What is the matter with me? Anyhow, 2 more energy out of the deck. What I'm going to do here first is Scorched Earth. Discard 1 more and draw 2 more. We have Zygarde-EX in hand. But what we're going to do here, just to do some damage, I'm going to Ninja Boy Zygarde into Zygarde. Go for the Rumble. Yeah, that's probably okay. Go for the nice, powerful Rumble attack. We'll do 40 damage thanks to the Fighting Fury belt. And let's just go ahead and do that. So, they have a chance to play the Fan Club to get 2 more basic Pokemon out, or they could play Skyla, which they did bring back with the Versus Seeker. Let's see what supporter they decide to go for. Oh, we have a Bouffalant with, what is it, the Buffet, I think that's pronounced. Any damage under this Pokemon by attacks is reduced by 20 after weakness and resistance. Fortunately, it is weak to fighting, which is the deck that we're using. Now, Silent going to find, is it 3? Yeah, 3 of any basic energy cards and put them into hand. They could Nap and heal 30 from Ralts, which actually would keep it in play for another turn. Because we could only be able to do 40 damage to it, putting it at 50 total damage, and it has 60 HP. So let's play the Trainer's Mail, see if we can find some more energy cards. Well, we have Skyla. I think I'm going to end. Just for the sake of doing so, we'll shuffle everything away. The opponent shuffles everything away. And we each draw 6 cards back thanks to end. Draw back the number of cards equal to the number of prize cards remaining. And we have an energy retrieval. Very good. So I'm going to level ball for another unknown. We'll bench that immediately and then use the farewell letter. Draw another card. I can discard an energy from hand using the Scorched Earth and draw 2 more cards. Then I can energy retrieval stuff back in, power up the Geostrike. We're in a pretty decent spot as it is. Let's do that. 1 card gone, draw 2 more. We don't even need energy retrieval yet. Let's just drop this energy onto the Zygarde and go for the nice, powerful Geostrike. 130. A little excessive on a poor little Ralts, but a knockout is a knockout. And a strong energy in hand now as well. So with 100 HP, we're going to basically hit this thing with, would it be 60 damage, double that to 120, minus 20 for the ability. We can knock it out with the Geostrike. Another Ralts comes into play. And they're powering that up on the bench. So what I want to do, as annoying as it might be for the opponent, I'm going to Strong Energy and I'm going to Lysandre. And just to keep draw support going, we will Energy Retrieval, draw 2 more back from the discard pile, and discard 1 using Scorched Earth. Get anything more useful here? Not just yet. We're just going to go for the Geostrike. Actually, you know what? That was excessive. The Rumble would have done the damage with the Strong Energy. Whoops. But, there you go. Nothing left but the Bouffalant. They could bench something else, of course. And this thing can't attack us just yet. It does need 3 energy to be able to hit me. So a couple of basic Psychic Energy back into hand. What I could do if I really want to, I could Versus Seeker for Ninja Boy, go into Zygarde-EX for the knockout. That is very excessive. Let's just Geostrike. And claim battle number 1 on the side of Zygarde in the perfect order. Let's see if we can get a second match going on. Alright, battle number 2 is getting underway of Perfect Order versus Josiah G16. And the same deck it looks like. Alright, so it is the best 2 out of 3 here. Let's see how well Zygarde can pull through. Maybe I should try to focus on Zygarde-EX. That was sort of the requested card for this week. It's just so powerful, though. But I mean, I guess that's the point of it. So we actually lose the coin flip this time. So Josiah G16 is to choose who's going to first, and Josiah chooses themselves. And again, we've got 12 basics in the deck this week. That is... what percentage would that be? About a quarter, not quite a quarter, about between a fifth and a quarter of the deck. And we mulligan again. Not this time. We do have Zygarde-EX. Now then, I have the draw support with Scorched Earth. I guess I could drop that immediately, because I do have Energy Retrieval if I need that, but I've also got the Random Receiver. I don't know what the best way to play this out, what order I should do this in. I could draw 2 cards immediately and then Random Receiver. I guess that would give me the best chance to find supporters. So we're going to drop the Scorched Earth. Let's go ahead and draw 2 first of all. See what 2 we find. Ninja Boy and a Switch. And now we're going to random receiver, and find Ninja Boy. Alright, that didn't help that much. I'm going to energy retrieval. Question is, do I want to attach it? Just to start doing damage, I suppose I might as well. Let's do some more damage with the Fighting Fury Belt. And hit it with a Lance Pulse, so that'll do 40, 50, minus 20, so it should be 30 damage done to the Woobat. Alright. Zygarde-EX is in a decent spot for the time being. We haven't used our supporter yet. What can this thing do? Dual Cut. Flip 2 coins, 10 damage for each heads. And I'm going to draw some more basic energy out of the deck. A couple of water energy. Are we going to see some more Pokemon in play? Because if not, Zygarde gets the knockout on the next hit. And if that wasn't bad enough, we just gotta click the attack. So that was a quick one, but sometimes that is how the games go in Pokemon TCG. So that's a brief idea of the power of the Zygarde-EX and the ability to change forms essentially mid-battle. I want to say thank you to Josiah-G16 for joining me for the first of our viewer battles here on the channel, and look forward to getting another couple of battles going on today, and I'll get them sort of uploaded throughout the week, so you can come back later on this week for some more Pokemon TCG live online matches with some viewers taking on the Zygarde-EX deck, trying their luck against seeing how well they can take this down. Maybe we'll get some grass-type opponents against us for later on in the week. But if you enjoyed this episode, feel free to drop a like down below and leave a comment down below and let us know how we did in our match together. And any other cards you want to see me use in next week's videos, leave that in the comments down below as well, and I'll see if I can assemble an interesting deck together using whatever cards you want to see me use, either Pokemon or specific trainer cards perhaps. I can also try to incorporate those into the deck as well. But I want to say thanks for checking out today's Pokemon TCG live online match, the power of Zygarde-EX in the Perfect Order deck. It's pretty cool stuff. Once again, thanks for watching. Professor Chaz is signing off. Thanks again to Josiah-G16 for joining me for this video, and I'll catch you next time.